But how's that diet been going for you, though?
Hey, man. I started... Because I think I told you, like, I was getting a little belly. I was getting a little pudge, man. And
just a little bit.
Hey, I don't like it. If I got a t-shirt on and you can see some little poke, I don't like my clothes aren't that loose. You know what I mean? So if it's on there and you can see like a get rid of it. I gotta. No. I don't want a dad bod.
Like an avocado. It's healthy fat.
This nigga just called me an avocado, man. You called me an avocado. So that's how you been feeling. That's how you been feeling. You don't just shoot that off the cuff, man. You been feeling like I've been looking like an avocado, man. Damn. That's funny though, because I don't even like avocados, man. This dude just called me an avocado.
You don't look like an avocado. It's healthy fat. A little bit of fat is healthy. It's okay. It's all good.
I can't get past the avocado part, man. This nigga just called me an avocado, man. I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't like avocados, but he just made me hate them more, man. Now I'm gonna walk through the thing, because people like avocados and guacamole. They put them on everything. I'm like, fuck avocados, man. Fuck you, avocado. I don't look like you. Have a conversation. Do you think I look like this? To strangers, they like, no, you're black. No, like the shape, like, you know.
Ripe avocados are black.
God damn it. They ain't green.
When they're not ripe, that's when you don't eat them. But when they become like a dark color, like black, that's when it's good.
Fuck avocado.
But yeah, your diet's been going good. That's good. Stick with it.
I'm sticking with it.
Changes are coming.
I don't want to be no avocado, man. That's cold-blooded, man. Avocado. Because they slim at the top and then they widen up at the bottom. Huh? That's what.
That is the characteristic of an avocado, but that's not your characteristic.
That's why you call me avocado. Damn. Anyway, man, how was your trip, man? You took a little trip.
Yeah, man, I went to the DR, the Dominican Republic.
They had avocados out there?
Yeah. They're really, it's farmland, a lot of farmland. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. The way of life out there is so much different, you know? Yeah, like driving to and from places, you know, like they got the lines on the roads, but they don't pay attention to the lines. They don't.
Is it a lot of two ways?
Yeah.
Like no big open city, just two ways.
But there were so many times where I had to like really be aware of my surroundings because it looked like we were about to be in an accident, but we're not. Like we're good. Yeah. And I noticed a lot of honking goes on out there. But I started to realize they honk to let the other cars know that they're there, not because, you know, they're doing something stupid. But it was crazy. But, man, had such a great time. Like, the resort we were at, you know, it was all inclusive. You know, all the food was free. All the drinks were free. Hey. You know.
I find out when I have the opportunity to all inclusive, I don't eat as much as I thought I would. Oh, man. You got down.
I got down. I might be an avocado if I'm being honest.
You're too young to have. You got. Hey, I was skinny till in my 30s, man.
I got down. Like, I'm definitely at least 10, 15 pounds heavier.
That's crazy because I lost about 10 pounds.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, I picked them up.
Hey, man. Appreciate it.
So,
appreciate you carrying the load, man.
It was really cool, though. Like, had a great time. I went for a wedding, you know, but that happened the day after we got there. So after that, we had like 4 days of just doing whatever we wanted. Went on this excursion where, you know, we went to this waterfall. We were jumping off of waterfalls. It was crazy. Yeah, almost didn't do it.
Did you get like any pictures and videos of stuff?
Man, so here's the thing. So what we paid for, there's supposed to be a cameraman. You know, he's supposed to go through everything with us, taking pictures of everybody, you know, doing their thing. But before we even get there, he said his camera is like acting up, so he didn't go. So all the stuff all the slides we went down, all the natural slides, all the jumps we did, got nothing. Got nothing.
Did y'all get money back for that?
We got partial refund.
Okay, that's good.
But we came prepared because at first we didn't know about the cameraman. We bought a waterproof bag, a waterproof phone case. Yeah. But when we pull up, they said, "Oh no, you don't need to bring anything. You just need to bring yourselves, and that's it." Like, are you sure? Like, yeah, we got it. Leave our phones in the truck. Leave all our stuff, our waterproof stuff, everything.
I don't think I would ever do that.
Do what?
Leave my phone. You in a whole nother country, man.
Yeah. See, I had a lot of questions about that too. I was like, okay, so like if I leave my stuff in here, y'all ain't going nowhere, right? Like my stuff gonna be here, and it's gonna stay exactly the same, you know. Like in a waterproof bag, I put all the important stuff at the bottom of the bag, put less important, then I put all of our clothes on top. That way, you know, if I come back and I see something's like rearranged a different way, I'm like, okay.
But even then, what could you do? Nothing.
I'll find somebody.
See, well, you know, you in they world now. I always got to take my stuff to get at least know that I have backup because I don't know this photographer. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, we put too much faith in them.
Yeah,
put way too much faith in them.
Then wait, but so when did y'all find out that the photographer wasn't going?
Like after we had already like hiked up half the mountain to get to the waterfall. Yeah,
because somebody got to go back and get our stuff.
Because we're all one group, you know. It was like a 2-hour hike, so we're all like one group, and we're looking back like where's the photographer? And he's like, oh, he's having camera problems, so he ain't coming. And we're all like, that was the main reason why we didn't bring our shit, you know. It was crazy.
I would have been highly upset.
Some of these jumps though, off the waterfall.
Well, I don't believe you. Because you don't have no footage. You could be making up all kind of shit.
That's true. I could be.
This nigga lying. Did you even go to the DR?
You know?
But you did take pictures of
the DR. Okay. Yeah, I took pictures of like the beach, the resort. It was good. It was a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Before we got to the waterfall, we stopped by this place where they produce coffee and like ground their own coffee. So like how like here it's all everything's done by machine, you know, just crushing the beans or whatever. Here in the DR it's all done by hand. They have this wooden bowl and they got this big wooden staff and they're just pounding it. They're just crushing the coffee grounds into dust. So I got a picture of myself doing that.
Oh, they let you do it?
Free labor. Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, yeah, do it, American.
do it for a few minutes. Do it for like 10 an hour. Yeah. Ain't no problem. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I like stuff like that. I like doing, like when I go, see, I did it again. I like, I'll let you guys in. We talked about a couple of episodes that, you know, I look up a lot. So anyway, whatever. I'm trying not to do that. You know, I'm on a look-up diet. No, so I like going to, you know, like experience their way of life as much as I can. Go see the cool things that they do. Go kind of see how they live. You know, if I can.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a travel by cruise type of person.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Well, the turbulence. I didn't like that turbulence.
Oh, the airplane.
I didn't like that turbulence.
How long was the flight?
So we had from LAX, we had a layover in Miami, and then for like 3 hours, and then from Miami we went all the way to the DR, and it was the same way back from the DR to Miami, from Miami to LAX.
That's crazy because it seemed like everywhere stops in Miami. Because when I went to the Bahamas, I had to go to Miami. When I went to Jamaica, I had to go to Miami.
Yeah, on the way there it was fine. Yeah. On the way back, man, when I tell you I was on the edge of my seat because the whole thing, like in my mind, the wing is gone. The wing is gone. That is why I feel like we are rotating, we are shaking, spinning, and there at one point it feels like the plane is going like this. Like, it's going straight, and then it feels like this.
You was going through it.
I was going through it, man. It's at night, too. It's like midnight. I'm like, I can't see shit. Look out the window. It's just all dark.
You was scared.
I was scared, man. I was scared. I don't know, man. I gotta figure it out. Because I can't sleep. I can't sleep on a plane.
You're scared. So, but, you know, cute girls get treated, you know, a lot better than the not so attractive, you know.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Firsthand, no.
Alright, so what type of girl? Do you like big girls? Fat chicks?
I like them all.
You, not like. I mean, I like people. No, I'm just saying, like, what's your you don't have a preference?
I don't know. I'm more of a. I go off of personality, not so much looks.
See, but then you
gonna
say your not part. So much, so that you do go off looks. You ain't just about to date no booger wolf, man. Don't say that shit. Cause I'm gonna use a new generational word. That's cap.
That's cap.
That's cap, bro. You're capping, not ball cap. Cap. That means you lying.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I had to school him on his own generational word. You know, you're lying. So you would date a booger wolf?
I'm not saying that, but personality is really important to me. So if it's like 80% personality and 20% looks, then it's okay.
So she got this bomb personality, but she a booger wolf. You like, oh, she's nice though. That's how you got. Oh, she's a nice person. Well, you know, hey man, I've people, you know, the term. The booger wolf she might not be a booger wolf to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you ain't looking at what I'm looking at then. I don't know what you're looking at. You know what I mean? Anyway, we know I'm not here to call people ugly because it's not their fault. They were born like that. And some people out there might think we ugly. You know what I mean? I've had people call me ugly. You know, when I was growing up, you know. But you know what? I think what you do. I do agree with the personality situation. Because I got a nice personality. You know what I'm saying? People fuck with my vibes and my personality.
Yeah.
So they probably overlook my looks.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Like that. That nigga nice though. He got a good personality. You know what I mean?
You know, take him places.
Yeah. You know? Yeah, he got a good personality. He might not be fine, but he got a good personality. You know,
you can't have no personality and be a what'd you call it?
A booger wolf.
A booger wolf.
A booger wolf.
Yeah, you can't be a booger wolf and have no personality.
No, some booger wolves out there though, they got bad personalities and bad attitudes because of the booger wolf situation. That's what I think. They like, I'm already a booger wolf, so fuck it. Fuck out my face. What you looking at? You know what I'm saying? You like nothing. Booger wolf.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm not here to talk about people. I don't want to put that out there like I'm just calling y'all booger wolves and ugly, because I don't think anybody's. I don't think people are ugly. I think their personality makes them ugly. Because I used to think the latter. I used to think people was ugly, like you ugly. You know what I'm saying? Before you even get to know them, you judging them like, you ugly. I know people used to do that same shit to me, but as I got older and had more sense, I would gravitate to someone's personality. You know what I'm saying? As well. But I really do think it's the way we're looking up again. We're raised out here. Because I really like the fact of I think it's hot as fuck though under that shit. But I forget, those countries that you only can see their eyes. Mm-hmm. I think that's so fucking dope, man.
I forgot what those were called, but I know what you're talking about.
You can only see their eyes, so you have to. You're attracted to eyes now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what this mouth look like, and we experienced that with the mask. Mm-hmm. So you could be walking and you be like, oh, yeah, she look alright. You know what I'm saying? But you looking at her body, you like, oh, her body is nice. You know what I'm saying? And then you take the mask off and it's all beat up, and it's like, oh, it changed. It changed you. You know what I mean? And that's when they be like, man, she got $1,000 body with a food stamp face. You know what I mean?
Not a food stamp.
A food stamp.
You can't get no good food with a food stamp.
You can. You can.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it depends on how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Food stamps is the same amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
I've never experienced food stamps.
You probably have, but you don't know. Matter of fact, I'm sure you have, but you just don't know.
Like little stamps you gotta turn in to get some food
it's
back.
Different now. I mean, oh, so you're saying, okay, yeah, so that's way back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Where, I mean, when we was growing up, we did not understand that we were in poverty. We just, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is money. Here, take that down there and buy me some. We need milk. Go to the store and get us some milk, and then y'all can get something if y'all want to. And we had this paper. And it didn't look like the green money, but it was different money, and it worked. So we're like, oh, it's working. They're going to give you green money back. Your change. That's when it was stamps. Like you had a book of different money. You know,
you're trying to feed the whole family with that.
You can. That's what it was for. You know what I'm saying? But, anyway. Man, we like to welcome y'all. Damn, and I keep hitting the table. I said but it only did it now. That's the first time I hit the table. Yeah, I believe that's the first time I hit the table.
Yeah, it was your first time.
Okay.
So you're doing good.
Episode. So I'm doing good. And I've been looking up a lot less and I didn't hit the table.
Doing good.
But, I'd like to welcome y'all to the Generational Talk podcast. I am the Pops. Your boy Jay right here.
This is Asante, the son.
The little pup. You know what I'm saying? I'm the dog. That's the pup, man. You know
not so much a pup anymore.
Oh, you grown up. You a grown pup.
Still a pup, though? You always remain a pup.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to set a difference. Man, he be going through it, man. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I guess you can be a dog. You know what I'm saying? You can be a dog. Two dogs. I'm just an old dog, I guess. Middle aged dog.
There we go.
Middle aged dog.
You ain't an old one. You ain't.
Hey, man. Yeah, man, this is a Generational Talk podcast, man. Two different perspectives from two different generations. Two different generations. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we have the same point of views and sometimes we don't. But you know what? It don't matter because my point of views are always better. You know? Don't you agree with that? Like, my point of view. I am the Pops.
What does that mean?
You want to get your ass whooped or not? You agree with me, boy. Agree with me, boy.
Nah.
Alright, fuck it then. You don't have to agree. Shit. We just play it out.
Just because you're older doesn't mean that you're always wiser.
I know a lot of old people who will disagree with that bullshit narrative you trying to produce.
Think your pops is wiser than you?
Yeah. Where did I get it from?
Life experience.
Yeah, but a lot from him. So here's the thing. All right. Think about a lot of stuff that you've went through that you ignored from me or your mom or your grandparents. That you like, think back to a time where they like, oh man, I wouldn't do that. I've done that. And you're like, yeah, that was in the fucking 60s. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. I'm gonna do it different, or I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Then you fall on your head and you're like, damn, I should listen.
So you don't ever become wiser than your parents, or wiser than someone older than you.
You become.
I don't know. There are a lot of old people. There are a lot of older people out there, living a fucked up lifestyle.
So when you say wiser, what does that mean? Like you're doing something better, or you're doing it different?
Yeah, I'd say better.
Cause there's some people that have fucked up life, but they have a lot of wisdom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
But if they have a lot of wisdom, they're not still living that fucked up lifestyle because they've learned.
I don't know. I don't know. You can I'm living testament to you can learn a lot from somebody who you think's just stupid, or they have like a fucked up life. It's a reason they got that fucked up life, and the reason that they're still living that fucked up life might not be what we think. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, there's some bums out there that want to be bums because they don't like the everyday struggle of trying to keep a car, trying to keep a house, trying to keep you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, I'd rather just hustle to get this food, man, and live out here on the street. Can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. But, some people that's a better way of life. There's people that live in their cars that go to work every day and you would not know it.
That's insane.
It's really not. I've done it before.
It's insane.
Because
I thought about it. I've spoken to people about it. Like, it wouldn't be in my car, but if I got like a what are they called? It's a like a big van. Mm-hmm. What is it called?
RV.
I don't know why it escaped me. Not like a big fancy one, but like just a small like little rinky dink one. Like I could do it, not permanently, but I could do it for a little while.
Yeah, that's comfort. Like I've done it. It's one of those again. Let me see how this works out. You know what I'm saying? Like I've slept in my car, a few times. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's not that bad. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't that bad because I had a place.
Yeah, you had somewhere to go back to.
Go take a shower. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't think that. I'm trying not to make it more complicated than it really is, because yes, you become wiser, but are you wiser than that person because that person is pretty much the reason why you have the wisdom? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm sure at some point you become wiser because, as we get older, we're on the decline. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, once you're like 80 years old, you can't say that person's wiser than me. But I don't know. You can, because they have a bunch of wisdom in these people that lived. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I guess I really don't know what you're saying. Like,
I don't know, because I think like, because if you're thinking about it from like a middle school to high school standpoint. And you're getting all this knowledge from your parents, but I'm talking more like once you graduate high school, once you like go out to college on your own, once you get your own place, you start your own family, it's like you're not leaning on your parents anymore. You might go to them here and there, for like, what should I do for this situation? What should I do for that situation? Here and there.
That's that wisdom. You going to get some of that wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Wisdom that you haven't obtained yet on your own.
Right.
But we're already looking at a 10-year span of you just being on your own, having your own family, doing your own stuff.
And you still need that wisdom. Yeah. So, I think you're answering your own question right now. No. Or if you're not, let me know, because I feel like you're answering your own question.
It's almost like I don't know. It's almost like you're trading off, you know, because with times changing, it's almost like now you're more wise in some aspects than your parents are, because it's almost like they're now playing catch up when you're living in the present, if that makes any sense.
I get that.
So it's almost like now, like once you get to a certain age, it's almost like it's balanced, like it's 50-50. Like, you know this, and I need that knowledge, and I know this, and you need my knowledge and wisdom.
In the technology situation, I think that's what you're leaning more to. Like, I can not leaning more to, but a good example is the technology. Like, it's a lot of older people that I'm not about to get into all of that. I'll call you. Mm-hmm. You know, I'll leave a message. I'm not about to text. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the moment they start texting, it's like, hey, they feel like they're really doing something. They're like, hey, I sent a text. Mm-hmm. You know, I told my phone, like my dad was like, hey, man, I figured out how to tell the phone to text. And I'm like, what do you mean, Pops?
You just got to talk to it.
He like, I push this button and I say, hey, I want to go to so-and-so and so-and-so. And then I push send and it'll send you the text of what I just said. I'm like, all right, Pops. That's, yeah. So in that aspect, I could see where you were like, I already knew how to do that. Like, you needed some help on doing it. But I don't know if that's wisdom. That's knowledge. You know what I mean? To me, wisdom is
being able to tell the right from wrong, being able to lead someone down the right path.
Yeah. Or experiences. You know, like
I think you can have more wisdom than someone who's significantly older than you, who's just lived in their house all their life, and someone who's younger, who's just so outgoing, wants to travel the world, learn different things.
I mean, you're more knowledgeable.
Still,
you're more knowledgeable. That's what. If you're more knowledgeable. I mean, because wisdom is just that you've lived. You know what I mean?
But so, what have you lived if you're just inside your home?
But nobody who's just inside their home, I don't know what you mean.
Like someone who's just lived a basic, ordinary life, like hasn't done any traveling, hasn't spoken to anyone really like outside of their little clan or whatever. So it's like you're not getting any new life experiences. Like if someone comes to you with this type of question or whatever, it's like, oof, I don't know. As opposed to someone who's been through damn near everything, traveling the world, taking in different experiences, you know, trying different food, all this different stuff.
I mean, you're. I guess you're saying like.
I don't think traveling and like trying new things is knowledge.
What do you think? You think that's wisdom?
Well, I think in some cases they're almost like one and the same. But I mean, like, if you're traveling the world, right? You're getting new experiences. You're trying new things. You know, like spontaneous thing. Like if someone came up to you and be like, "Oh, what's better, snorkeling or skydiving?" You know, you could be like, "Oh, I think, you know, skydiving." "Oh, why is that?" It's like, "Oh, you know, it's just, you know, because of my experience. You know, I've done this. It feels like this. You know, you're falling for like 5-10 minutes. Check
this part of wisdom. Which one do you feel like you would want to do more?
Between the two? I don't know. I really do want to go skydiving.
Why do you want to go skydiving?
Because it's something I've never done before.
But what makes you want to do it?
Probably because I'm afraid of it. And it's something I want to conquer eventually, someday.
And what about snorkeling?
Snorkeling is also fun. And I'm almost equally as afraid. It's because, like, ocean is so unpredictable. There could be a shark to come up and just like take your leg.
Yeah.
You would never know what happened.
So why don't you try them both, and then that way you can figure out which one is better, because you won't know which one is better if you haven't done them.
And this person has done both.
Who?
The person I used in my example.
What example? I'm talking to you.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah.
What example you talking about?
The person who like traveled the world and did all these different things.
No, like I haven't. So I'm just telling you from wisdom. Mm-hmm. I've done snorkeling. Mm-hmm. Snorkeling was amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would skydive.
No.
But if you want to know which one is better,
mm-hmm.
that's the only way you know which one is better is if you try it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you try one and you're like, oh, this is it. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, I gotta try skydiving so I can see which one is, Mm-hmm. And if it's something you want to conquer, then conquer that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And just because, and once you do it, that doesn't mean like now the guy that told you to go out and seek your wants and the things you want to do, go conquer them. That doesn't make you smarter than that person or more wise than that person. Because you wouldn't have even thought of that if it wasn't for that person to give you that. It doesn't matter what I think. It's all about what you think and how you feel about it. Because that's really your question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess 2 different perspectives.
It's always going to be 2 different perspectives.
It is.
But wisdom is wisdom, man.
It is.
Yeah. See, like I never really understood it because I'm like, this guy's old, man. He doesn't
mm-hmm.
really. But sometimes, man, you think back and you're like, this is what they meant.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they said, you know what I'm saying? It could be some subtle shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't apply. That's not even what I ask you. I'm not asking you about fucking oranges, man. You know what I'm saying? But then later on, you're like, that's what that
it
meant.
clicked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you can. Yours is more on knowledge. I think you're bringing more knowledge. Like you're more knowledgeable. Like now, all of a sudden, this motherfucker went to the DR. He just no shit. But
I can tell you, I didn't know shit the entire time I was out there.
So now you do, though.
Everybody just speaking Spanish, and I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
They always looked at me. Between me and my girlfriend, they always looked at me.
You don't look Spanish.
Getting to the DR, looking at my passport and looking at my face. Like, no, you live here. Like, no.
You got like an Esteban, Banez.
Every restaurant that we've gone to, the waiter looked at me, just started speaking Spanish, and I'm like, no habla español. Yeah. You were like, well, you were Dominican. I'm like, I am American. Be like, where are you from? Like, California. And then they would go on and be like, where your daddy stay? Yeah. Like, Los Angeles. It's like, And then he's like, goes on just speaking English. But everywhere I went.
But did you see people that look like you?
Everywhere.
See?
Everywhere. But it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm at a resort. Don't assume stuff. Like, come on. At least let me start it.
It's a cool assumption.
Because, like, on the way back, they were really, like she got in, looked at her passport, looked at her face, like, okay, you're clear to go. Look at my passport, look at my face, and look at my passport.
Sneak out.
Now they really, like, looking at it and, like, kind of feeling the passport, and they're like, all right, here you go.
Out. Yeah,
I'm like, it made me pull my mask down for a long time just so they get a real good look at my face. And I'm just like, damn, they about to get me.
You about to have to stay.
They about to call security, ask me some questions.
You about to stay.
That's literally how I felt. Man. That's how I felt. Even going through the security where you gotta like stand in the thing and like the thing spins, make sure you don't got anything on me.
Mm-hmm.
So she went in just fine. You're like, okay, go grab your stuff. I go in, nothing goes off, no beeping. And they call me over, like, just pat me down. I'm like, you ain't patting down nobody else. Why you patting me down? I ain't got nothing. The machine didn't go off, nothing. But they felt the need to just pat me down, like, as if, like, I had something, or, I don't know.
Hey, man. You look, you now that I think about it, you do got, like, a Dominican type look.
I can't go back there.
There's a UFC fighter that he reminds me of you. And I think he's from over there.
There were too many problems. Man. They were trying to get me at every turn. trying to make me look bad. And it's funny because she knows more Spanish than I do, you know, because, you know, some of her family speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
But me, I'm just like, after about a few days, I would be like, oh, you know, hola, ¿cómo estás? You know, they give me something back. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And then go, I'm like, you got me. You got me. I don't speak Spanish.
Like that's where the buck stops. At that hola, como stops.
That's where it stops. They got me. No, I'm not. I don't do it.
Yeah. Do you have interest in learning Spanish though?
I do. Now I do.
Yeah.
Now I do. I can't look this way and not know at least a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah. It's funny to me because when people come up to me and start speaking Spanish, it's like I don't fucking even halfway look like I should speak Spanish, man. Like, what are you doing? At first I used to laugh, but then I started getting mad. Like, what the fuck? Do I look like I speak Spanish? You know what I'm saying?
But hey, man. But now I'm really interested. You know, if I ever go back to Mexico or the DR, now I'm like, okay, now I have to know some Spanish. I need to.
Yeah, man. So, hey, couple on the first episode, we was about to recap because about the gun laws. And we were talking, we got into a little discussion about gun control and the gun laws. And yeah, you had me spooked, man. Like, I knew you had to get a background check. You know what I'm saying? But then you had me questioning it. So facts are they do a background check but it's almost like an instant type thing. It's almost like checking to see if you got a driver's license, if it's valid. But like the police, it's not like the police thing. But I'm just saying it could be that fast. Like if nothing comes up, you have that gun.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if something comes up, that's where the hold comes in. You know what I'm saying? And I believe there's like a list of, you know, like, oh, you can't own a gun. No, this ain't, no, we can't sell you this gun. You know what I mean? And if there's some questionable stuff, then that's when they hold it. I mean, you could purchase it, but they got to hold it or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, you were right. You can get a gun today with a background check. And then I also think that it's some difference in, like, guns. Like, some rifles aren't considered, like, fucking guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can buy them without a background check. Like, there's some 22 rifles that are just not, I guess they're not, the caliber ain't high or the shells aren't that, you know what I'm saying? But it's almost like a pellet type gun. Because the caliber on a pellet gun, I think it's like it's like .177.
I have used like a short, like a rifle that wasn't particularly strong like that. Yeah. Like out in the desert shooting with my grandpa, like kind of shot it. Usually like with most rifles there's a little bit of kickback. This one is nothing. Yeah. You know, I was like, oh.
So it's you need that background check.
Yeah.
Gotta get that background check.
All right.
I don't know how I do still think that it should go deeper than what it does and the getting to the psyche and all of that, but you need they doing that background check.
Didn't mean to spook you.
Hey man, you had me over here like when you look at it, it's like I'm like I'm really trying to find no, I know you need that background check.
Right.
And then so yeah, it turns out you definitely need that background check. They doing that background check, and I ain't go too deep into how the background check is done, but I know the FBI is involved. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just to recap, so we ain't out here looking fucking clueless. But you need that. You know, they do definitely do background checks, but you were right. You can get the gun.
Same day. Okay. Yeah. So half right. I'll take it.
Yeah, so we were on the boat. We were on the right path because I think I said no. They hold it like as if you purchase it and then they gotta hold it for a couple days. But that's only if there's some issues that come up, you know, in you know, with the gun control and I mean the gun laws and you know, and I think there's a license. You know, you gotta have a gun license, and but you know, let us know. Meet us in them comments, man. Some of y'all probably more educated on these gun laws and the gun gun controls and what's necessary, you know, to do that whole situation with the guns.
Yeah, you know,
but
I had him spooked for a minute.
I was always spooked. I'm like, damn.
He was avoiding Walmart, Bass Pro Shop. He didn't want to go nowhere.
Like, are you more wise in the gun situation? I'm like, yeah. But nah, again, I prevail.
It's more knowledgeable in that now. Yeah.
Yeah, gain a couple more notches on your belt for the guns, you know. But there's still stupid ass people out there that shouldn't have them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you said this last time. Either way, you know, if you want a gun, you can get one.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yep.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, that's enough about the guns. I mean,
it was just a quick recap.
Yeah,
just a quick recap.
Yeah, it should have been quicker than what it really was.
Yeah.
But that's the the magic of editing. You can make it as quick as you want it to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go.
He was like, hey, gun control, man. You know, we get a quick recap. Yeah, you need a gun. They do a background check. Click. So next up, you know what I'm saying? No, but there's a what was I doing?
You tapping the table.
God dang it. You snapped your hand at me like I'm a puppy. Like, knock it off. Banging that table. But no, there's a video that surfaced, man, about this chick complaining because she has 4 kids, only one with this one guy, and he bought McDonald's for just his son.
Just his offspring.
Yeah. And you know, it's kind of weird because I was thinking, like, why would she fucking put herself out like that? And some of the things she was saying was almost like it was an act, but like how she begins it, like, oh, I'm gonna expose him, and then to me it's like, you're not exposing nothing. You're exposing a father being a father, you know, pretty much. But you know, I guess we kind of had a brief,
very brief,
and you said he should have brought food for all the kids.
Man, like, I don't know, because me, if I had a relationship with this woman and my son or my child is the youngest, so we always known about her other 3 children, you know, it's just me, you know, he went, where, McDonald's, something like that. It's like, you could get a meal for 4, 5, you know, for like, what, $25, $30.
Hey, what if he didn't have that $25, $30?
Oh no. Like, has there been time where you ever brought food?
That's different.
To me.
That's different.
But then, like, you also brought some for my little sister.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like.
But I wasn't obligated to do
right.
that. And if I did, like, your mom wouldn't say nothing.
And he wasn't obligated, right?
But to you, he is. You're saying he should have.
Oh, so you're saying that, like, if you didn't feel like it, you would have just brought food for me.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess obligated is the wrong word. Like, me just being the kind person that I am, if I know you have this many children, you know, and we know for certain at least one of them is mine,
yeah,
you know, I'm going to bring, you know, food for the whole bunch, you know, because, like, I don't know, I just try to look at it from a different perspective, you know, like, I would feel bad or sorry either way. If I'm the kid, I'm eating McDonald's, but my other siblings aren't, and I'm gonna be sad if, like, one of my siblings is eating McDonald's, but the rest of the other 3, you know, us 3, was like, well, we kind of hungry too.
Yeah,
you know, like, I don't know, I kind of look at it from that perspective, but kind of in another way too, it's like, if that's my child and all of his siblings, I don't want them to have memories of, like, just me bringing my child food, and they're all like, you know, what the fuck.
My thing was, if he not spanking, you know what I'm saying, if he ain't tapping that ass, you know what I'm saying, every time we come through that, then that might be a little part of the motivation, like, oh, well, you ain't giving me none, so I'm, you know what I'm saying. It could have been some shit like that, but you know, all jokes aside, I'm the type of person that I'm not gonna bring food I'm gonna pick my son up and we just gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Go eat something, because I wouldn't like the fact of being the kid that's sitting there with some good food, because kids are they're like crazy about McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So you bought him a Happy Meal, and we gotta eat cut up hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lunchtime.
That's a good alternative. That is.
Yeah, but I always like you know, if I would pick you up and, you know, and your sister was there, if we were going to the park or something first, then, you know, you want to come with us? You know what I'm saying? She would come with us to the park. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, of course I would ask your mom, and I think we took her to get something to eat with us before, and, you know, stuff like that. But that's just me. I wasn't obligated to do that, but the fact that I wouldn't, you know, I would see her sometimes, and not to put all of the business out there, but I didn't like the fact that, you know.
I wouldn't call it obligated. I would just say, like, being, like, somewhat just a decent person. I don't know. Because it's never been a problem for you to want to, like, spoil the other kids who aren't necessarily yours, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't spoil. You know.
Well, I would not spoil, but, you know, if you want to get something off the dollar menu,
I'll do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know. So that's just kind of how I see it.
But yeah, I just didn't like the fact that, you know, she was exposing, which it came out that it's not a real video. Like it wasn't a real situation, which didn't make sense to me anyway, because you're not exposing anybody. Like, how is this an expose?
But
you know
I want to know the reasoning for making that video. Like,
what was
the point of it? If none of it was real?
I think she does sketches, and it was like a sketch.
It felt real.
It felt like a sketch.
Did it?
At the point, but what made it feel real was how everybody started going in. You know, but I guess that's the good thing about it, is it created some conversation and something to talk about, because. And I also went deeper when I was talking to someone else about it. So if the shoe was on the other foot, right? So you in this new relationship, and your girl now has 3 kids. You and this chick just has 1. Now, when she comes to pick up or drop off your child, is she gonna bring stuff for this other woman's child that she's mad at now that she got you, and she ain't? You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna happen.
Right.
So I just don't like the fact that it's always the guy. Like, oh, the dad should be. Oh, well, what about when you come pick them up at my girl's house and my stepkids now? You know what I'm saying? Are you bringing them stuff? You dropped him off with McDonald's because y'all was in a rush, and now he's bringing in this food, but we're eating. You know what I'm saying? We eating food that we cooked.
Yeah. Right. I get it. I do get it.
Yeah, I mean, what it did was spark conversation, even if it was fake or not a real video, you know. And like I don't know, because I don't fuck with McDonald's anyway, so I was already like, this nigga eating McDonald's. Yeah, that ain't no treat, you know what I'm saying? But kids are fucking crazy about McDonald's, you know. You get the Happy Meal, get the toy, but you know, there's a lot of decent men out there that, you know, that probably, and I'm sure if this was a real situation, he's done that before, to where he's brought food for everybody. But every time, you know what I'm saying? Now, what if me and the other dudes?
Then what you said earlier, you know, you just pick up your kid and y'all just go, you're gone for like an hour or so.
But what if he's petty? And what if the other kid's dad's his son's been sitting in the corner before watching them all eat other stuff.
Well, if damn,
and y'all don't rock together. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, if that's the case, as a father, you don't ever want your child to feel left out in anything. You know, so in that scenario, you know, like, damn, I don't know, because I would want to be petty. I would want to bring my kid the best, like everything. You know, a bag. You know, put some extra toys in there. Make sure they're all different, you know? But at the same time, it's just like, is that how it is? All right, bet. I'm gonna take my kid to the amusement park.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you. You're all going to know that we're going to the amusement park.
You one of them na-na-na-na-nas. You gonna create a na-na-na-na-na kid. Na-na-na-na-na, I went to the amusement park.
Man. No.
No, but I think so now, with this wisdom that I have, you know what I'm saying? I would think to, if I was in a situation where there's other dads and then they're doing this petty stuff, I'm in the mind state of, that's fucked up. But maybe trying to show this dude ain't the way to go. You're showing these kids now, like, all right, that's not how we should get down, because this is your brother. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to Knott's today. I'm taking all y'all if your mom is cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
But if she's not, you're just taking your kid.
Taking them, or I'm going to, all right, so if you don't want them to all to go with me, then why don't we all go? You know what I'm saying? Or we'll go today, but I'm going to bring tickets so all you guys can go type, you know what I'm saying, situation. So you guys can all experience it. Then when he goes, he can be, oh, that's right, this right, I wrote this, you know what I'm saying? Or when you bring in food, you give your son everybody's food and say, I'll go give them, you know what I'm saying? So he can learn how to share and, you know what I'm saying? And then you're teaching him at the same time where, you know, you always want to share and be nice and be courteous to people, you know what I'm saying? And kind of teach them a more positive way of life, you know what I'm saying? And be grateful for certain things. Because there's kids in other countries that, and even in this country, that don't know the way of life, or that don't know that the part of going to eat out all the time, or they're just scraping up whatever they can, and you know what I mean. Some kids that are just not
in the DR. The kids, man, they just be eating bananas, plantains all day.
But they might be healthy.
They sure as hell looked healthy.
Hey,
man, like saw so many plantain trees everywhere. You know, everywhere in people's backyards, just everywhere. Oh man, I had fried plantains with every meal.
So was that good? Plantains are good.
Man, it's so good, so good. Got back out here, ate a banana. I'm like, this is shit. I hate this.
You hate bananas now?
I don't hate them, but they just ain't got none on plantains.
I gotta try a plantain.
You have to. But yeah, man, I don't know. Everything in my body would say be petty. You know, treat these kids how they treated your kid. But I'm like, at the same time, it's just like, I always want to be seen as the bigger, better person, you know. So
yeah, being petty though, you're creating you're potentially creating a monster. Now the kids gonna be petty.
You are. Because, you know, I don't want to be petty towards the kids. I want to be petty towards the parents.
But then you
did some shit that put the kids in an awkward situation.
And now your pettiness is
creating
being petty to the kids.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. That's
kids are kids, man, and they shouldn't be, you know, involved in any of that. So if you are out there just bringing one, well, hey, man. Just do your thing. Just do your thing.
Just think of the kids first.
Yeah, think of all the kids. Like, don't bring it to where your kid's just gonna be sitting, eating McDonald's in front of the other kids. Just, you know, why don't you take your kid to McDonald's? You know what I mean?
I think chances are the kid's gonna try to share as much as he can too.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
You know,
well, some kids are just assholes. And they just they'll them motherfuckers to death.
Like, can I have a fry?
No.
Give you the small burnt one. Here you go.
That kid's either gonna grow up and be rich or grow up and get fucked up by everybody.
Maybe both.
Because I mean that's a good play. Be like, yeah, you can have one.
Give you the smallest burnt one.
I mean, and then, you know, kids are still kids, because I know when we were growing up, it was always, can I have one? They'd be like, no. And then you like, oh, that's why I'm not gonna give you none of mine when I get something. Then
you know, you're thinking like, damn.
Yeah.
What if he does get some? No, I don't. All right, you got one. But then that kid ended up playing you. Like, actually, I was never gonna get.
Yeah. And you like, that's the fairness of kids, because it's like you let kids be kids that way. You know what I'm saying? And then there's lessons involved in everything. Hey, you shouldn't have. And I like when the kids be like, he's not letting me play with his toy. Well, remember that last time you didn't let him play. So he's like, learn your lesson. I did, man. Yep. Now watch him play with his toys like he watched you, and see how uncomfortable that is, and see if you want to do that again. I'm big on that, especially if I catch him. I'm like, experiences. Yeah, you can be stingy. Go ahead. He don't have to play with your toys. He doesn't want you to play with his toys right now. I'm sorry, they're his toys. You know what I'm saying? And I'll wait for the next time the other kid gets toys. You're like, he's not letting me play with his toys. Oh, you can stop all that crying. Because remember the last time when you didn't want him to play with your toys? This is that time. This is exactly how he felt. So play with your toys. Remember, he didn't want to let you play with his toys, so he played with his toys. And then sometimes in that, the other nicer kid is like, he can play with it. Yeah. Because they don't want to see him.
They'll give him the least favorite toy. Yeah. Which is still acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, but that's a learning. It's a learning experience for that kid.
It really is.
And then maybe the kids be like, oh, it's okay. I'm just going to buy me 1,000,000 toys. And you will never play with my 1,000,000 toys. Like, shut up.
Taking it too far.
Yeah. Boom. We were supposed to do this at the beginning. Like, my generation is better than your generation. Should we end it with that all the time? Like, what do you think from your generation is better than my generation, and what in my generation do you wish that you know?
Well, the obvious one, technology. Like, everything is so easy. Everything is so accessible. Even jobs. Okay, so taking away the obvious one, technology, jobs. Anyone can have a job. I work in a warehouse. If I for whatever reason, like, just like that didn't work out and I was no longer working there, I can drive Lyft. I could do DoorDash. I could do that thing you used to do, where you would like light repairs here and there. It's just so much. So it's like as long as you have a phone, you have a job. Yeah. If you have a way of getting around, you have a job.
Even if you don't, like, you can do DoorDash on a bike.
That's exactly what people do in the big cities. So it's really fast getting around. Yeah. It's crazy. But one thing I think is better in your generation than mine is...
you got a video. He like ain't shit better.
No. I really like the music. Okay. Really like the music. Okay. Like 90s music, really, really like it. Yeah. I don't know, it's like I can relate to it more, where everything today, it's just like rappers, for example. Everything's just so fast, very mumbly, but then you got the group like the Outkast,
you like... You get beat up, man. Somebody gonna catch you slipping, talking about mumble rappers.
I'm not saying who. People don't know what I listen to. It's just like...
He said mumbles, man. Mumble rappers out there. He said that. I ain't say the mumble rapper. He said that.
I'm just saying, man. I just relate more to the 90s mix, Yeah. I think that's better than today.
That's funny because I think...
You the opposite.
No, I think that our music was better. It was way better. You know what I'm saying? And which comes from pretty much the generation before. Like, our music is better because the generation before us' music was better. So...
And it just kind of cut your generation.
I think. Because now, it's... You guys... This generation gets a lot of stuff from the other generation, but now is... I think the music is just too to the point. It's like, let me wind you down type shit. It's like, girl, I want to fuck.
It is like...
You know what I'm saying? We fucking or what?
They're at So I went to the DR for the wedding, right?
Yeah.
Just a quick recap. When we were at the wedding, there's this song, and it was literally just 2 words being said over and over and over again. But when the song came on, you see all the ladies hit the dance floor, even the kids, and they dancing wild. And one of the family members who spoke English, I was like, what is this song? It's like, oh, it's just "Fuck Me." I'm like, huh? He said that's what the name of the song. That's what they're saying. They're just saying "fuck me," all over and over and over again, and that's what everybody. And I'm just like, what? Like, I don't get it. But that was it, man. I just wanted to bring, because that made me remember. It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
So that's the one thing. I thought I had this flashlight on still. But yeah, that's the one thing that I do think is better. Well, one of the things that's better in our generation. There's a lot that I think is better in our generation. But and then the technology, of course. Mm-hmm. I sent you this too. I saw the other day that the Audi.
Oh, man, now I want one. Now I want one.
The Audis, they have a system where they can.
It counts down so you know exactly when the green light will turn green.
Yeah.
It literally counts down from like 8, 7, 6, all the way to the exact second green light.
The one that I was fascinated by was they'll tell you exactly what speed to travel in, so you will hit all green lights.
Yes. I want one.
Like that shit.
I never looked at that brand of car before like that, but now I'm just like, I want one.
Hey, man. That shit is hard to me. Like, I was like, man, that's fire.
Let me know when I'm able to predict when a light will turn green, or even just like the perfect speed to hit every single green light. Because that too, you saving on gas.
Yeah, and
because it's so less stop and go.
I hate the fact that when you trying to get somewhere and you like, man, I'm hitting all the red lights.
All of them. Every single last one. Man, I'm gonna put together a GoFundMe.
But this is what I mean by the technology. This is how I think. So if Audi's doing that, somebody else is.
Somebody else going. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it might be on phones next.
It might be an app. There might be an app for it.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I want it in my car. That's what I want.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Remember when navigation was just navigation? Mm-hmm. It wasn't what it is now. Mm-hmm. You remember when you had to use the aux cord?
Mm. Yep, that's true.
I'm saying technology is moving and moving so fast. Mm-hmm. It's moving fast. Now you just start your car and your phone gets hooked up by Bluetooth.
Do you think it's harder to be a what is it?
A millennial?
No.
Oh.
No, it's like someone who like trying. No, those are easy.
Oh.
No, someone who's like trying to come up with new ideas.
Inventor.
Yeah. I was looking for a different word. But yeah, do you think it's harder to become like an inventor with like in this day and age with everything being so fast?
I think it's hard to become an inventor anyway. Mm-hmm. And one thing, so this is another thing that I had a thought on. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, for instance, this podcast. Mm-hmm. Thought about it. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, that's as far as it gets. Mm-hmm. Because you start doubting your own self. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you have something that you create or that you want to do, then just do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Some people don't know how to start, how to get it going.
Hey.
Because me, I have one good idea, and I've done some digging. Ain't nothing out there like what I have in my head. Mm-hmm. But I just don't know where to start. What I need to do first is start a patent. Mm-hmm. But it's like, for a patent, you gotta have like some type of blueprints or some like how to put it together. It's like me, I don't know how to do that. So it's just been stuck in my head for who knows how long now.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it after. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like, just do it and see what happens. Mm-hmm. Like with this podcast, we've never done a podcast. Well, I'm lying.
I've never done a
done
podcast.
But this is our first time doing this. Mm-hmm. We don't know how it's going to be received. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. We're just growing as we go.
Right.
And I think that's what a lot of people in their ideas need to do. Like, just do it, man. And you know, and just make it better as you go. Mm-hmm. You know, just jumping out there is that's the first hard thing. Because, I mean, we've done test after test and seen how we look on camera, how we talk, how we feel.
The behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We look in some type of way.
But, I mean, all of that was necessary. And the one thing that I started doing was I started doubting. I was like, oh, man. Once I felt a strong doubt, when I kept trying to push more for us to do more tests, that's when I was like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I shouldn't be doing this. I was like, all right, we're going to start shooting for posting. We just got to start doing it. Like, why are we doing all these tests?
Right.
Some of the tests were way better, but we can't use the test. Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, man, so that right there makes me like, we should just do it and see what happens. You know? And I think that's what you should do with your creation. Yeah. Just start, you know, really going for it. Because I know I had a lot of doubt in business. Like you said, I started on the app. That app, I was killing on that app, man. And then the whole, you know, you're making somebody else money, but they let you know up front, like, how much they're taking and how much, you know what I'm saying? That was the cool thing about that one app. But then it's like, well, dang, how can I do this on my own? Right. You know, and how can I take it to another level?
With like each place you went to, you told people that if you want to contact me, just...
No, I didn't do that.
No, you didn't do that? No?
No.
No, okay, you didn't do that?
No, but some people would ask me, what else do I know how to do? Some things the app didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some things the app didn't offer, which I would prefer the app, because the app meant you getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, talking to somebody face to face and just taking their word for it, that's a whole different situation. But if you're on this app, they got your credit card, they got, you know, they got all this stuff already, and they're gonna make sure that I get my money. Right. So on the app, it was an hourly based.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you create your own like situation. Like,
I didn't know it was hourly based. I thought it was per job.
They had an app that was per job. Well, I was working on 4 apps at one time, and that shit was started to get confusing. But I preferred one better than the other. And there was this one app, it was a high-end app, where all the clients were like it was weird. They were all like in the business, in the movie business or the music business. Like, I met a guy who was an editor for Star Wars. I met a guy who was editing... I think he did the sound for Jurassic Park. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I saw some of the... I never saw none of the pre-Jurassic Park, because he would always go. He you know, he stayed... I'm not going to say where he stayed.
Just a side note, part of the Jurassic Park movie was filmed in the DR.
Yeah.
That's something I learned out there. I didn't know. They said, it's an hour away. We can go right now. I'm like... Maybe next time. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So, I met actors, basketball players, you know, on this one app. So it was like, the app was crazy expensive.
You have to pay for that?
No. To any job on there, they let you know how much the job costs on the app. And I was just like, damn, ain't nobody doing this. But I would get calls all the time. Like, it would take me like an hour at the max on some of these, and you'd be making like $250.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In less than an hour. Just to go do one service.
That's crazy.
But, it makes sense, because, you know, that's not... People like that, they're like, I just want the job done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if it costs this, okay, just whatever.
Just do it.
I'm over here doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even the guy that did the Jurassic Park, he looked on the app and he was like, oh, I know you don't have, it says you only have this amount of time and I need this done in one day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, there's no way we can get this done in a day.
Mm-hmm.
It was painting like a whole room in the hallway.
Mm.
I'm like, and he wanted me to mask off stuff, and I was like, if we're gonna get into masking, that's gonna take most of the time. I said, if you had somebody else to help, he's like, oh, I'll help. So we're in there masking and painting and just talking, and ended up, I was like, he said, oh, do you think you, I said, man, I'll stay. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem.
Yeah.
I was having a good time, just learning about this dude and talking to him about what he do, and man, next thing you know, I was there for like 7 hours.
Wow.
And he asked me to come back, you know, to do something else. And I was just like, man, this is crazy. And then that's when I started thinking, I'm like, I'm doing all this off of an app, like off of apps, and I'm making a living off of apps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there's no way. And then I start hearing like my nephews or anybody that doesn't have a job. I'm like, you don't have a job because you don't want a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's honestly what it is.
Yeah. Because you can make money all kind of legal ways.
Legal. That's the key word.
You don't have to go illegal.
Mm-hmm.
You can just stay legal and make money. So if you didn't have a job, you didn't want one.
Yeah. Like when I'm working, like I do more like DoorDash, you know, delivering food, you know, just enough for like if I want to buy a ticket to go to an amusement park, you know, I can make that much off of doing DoorDash in like 2 weeks. Like Disneyland. If I want to get a day pass to Disneyland, you know, let me DoorDash here and there for 2 weeks. I'll have enough.
So wait, Disney? How much is a Disneyland day pass?
I think it's like $600.
Damn. That's for 2 people.
Yes, 2 people.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's still a lot.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I think the one I got was a little bit more because it's Disneyland and California Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So it came out to be a little bit more. But if I want to make a lot of money fast,
Disneyland is on that bullshit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's a lot of money, man.
Well, tell me how you really feel.
Fuck Disneyland. It's... So you mean to tell me for you to go to an amusement park for one day, one person is over $300?
Depending on which ticket you get, yes.
Fuck. What you mean, which ticket?
Because there are different tickets.
Man, Disneyland is on that bullshit, man.
So like you have tickets where like you can only come on this day.
That's cheaper.
Yes. And you only get Disneyland, but not Disneyland and California Adventures. And then you have tickets where you could go on any day and you get California Adventure and Disneyland.
That's like a park hopper ticket or something.
Exactly.
So you can't get a park hopper for a certain day?
You can. That'll be the super cheap one. The one with a lot of blackout days. So sometimes it's just inconvenient. You know, sometimes you're like, I want the ticket, but I also want to just be able to go whenever I want. Whenever it fits me.
I'm planning that day. I'm planning that day. Like, we going this day. If you can't make it, you can't make it, motherfucker.
Hey, that's how it is. That's how
fuck
it is.
Disneyland, though, man. Damn. I remember Disney. Man, fuck Disneyland. That's crazy. So you gotta... Go ahead. You say you make it in 2 weeks.
But if I want a lot of money fast, I'll do Lyft over the weekend.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm still thinking about the price of Disneyland. That's in my head. I'm barely listening to what you're saying because I'm like, damn, Disneyland, $300 to go to Disneyland. Fuck Disneyland. So can you get a ticket to just go to Disneyland and not California Adventure? Mm-hmm. That's like what, $100, $100 something?
Yeah.
It's not sounding so bad now.
Yeah, not too bad.
But $300 to go to 2 parks.
Mm-hmm. With minimal blackout days. Yeah.
Look up how much. Well, when you get a chance, look at how much a Knott's Berry Farm season pass costs.
Yeah, it's like what, like $40?
Fuck Disneyland. I got Knott's Pass on deck, man.
I love Knott's Berry Farm. If I'm being honest,
man.
It's just a lot more fun to me. Disneyland is just so hectic and just so chaotic all the time.
Disneyland is an experience, I guess. It's like, yeah, we went to Disneyland. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to be in the position to where, you know what? I don't ever think I'll be in a position to where it's like, that's a lot of money for that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, maybe you never know. Maybe you'd be like, y'all complaining over $600. I think I'm all gonna complain over $600 to go to the amusement park.
Great.
So anyway, man, that's been the podcast, man. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank everybody for subscribing, giving us your opinion and point of views in the comments. We talk back, man. You know, meet us in them comments. Like it if you like it. Subscribe if you want to. If you don't, maybe the next time you will.
Yeah, maybe the next time. You know, maybe this wasn't exactly your topic, but the next one might really catch your attention. So, you know, stay tuned in.
Hey, man, and you know, let me know. Let me know if y'all come to see me, man. You know what I mean? Let me know if y'all come to see me, man.
Don't feed his ego. Don't do it.
I don't have an ego. Mine is a parakeet. I used to think ego was eagle. Like eagle. Like the bird. I used to think that's what they were saying when I was younger. Be like, I don't have no eagle. No, man, you know, but on the serious note, man, you know, I know you guys come to see us. Anyway, you know, you come to see both of us, but you know, it doesn't hurt to come check out your boy, you know, because you know I am the face of this show. I am.
There's no generational talk podcast without two generations.
There would be no generational talk podcast if I didn't produce.
And there also would not be one if I wasn't interested in doing it.
Wasn't produced by the stroke. No, I'm just playing. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoy, man. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you like it, subscribe if you want to, and meet us in the comments and tell us why you did or why you didn't. And, you know what I'm saying? We always trying to improve and get better. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it started out as just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? We just wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah,
and
it's also a learning process.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having fun doing it. I don't give a fuck if he having fun or not, but
I'm having fun.
Well, you know, I care if he having fun now. Since you enjoying it, you having a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So, you know, and maybe, you know, we can help spark conversation and bridge the gap between these generations. You know what I'm saying? And because, I mean, there's difference, but it's not that big of a difference, man. We all just living and, you know, trying to survive and make it how we can. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of you guys can help. A lot of you guys has been helping. Just, you know, grow with us. That's it, man.
That's it. All right.